Hey everybody, it's Lisa, Quilting in the Valley, yet again with another tip for you about bias, working with bias. So, in your fabric, you have a warp and a weft, and those two threads go this way and weave over and under one another to create the actual fabric in your quilting cottons. If you cut at anything other than a 90-degree or a 180-degree, you're going to get bias edges. What that means is you're going to be going in between the squares. So what'll happen? So if I have a square that I've cut on the diagonal to make a half square triangle, it's going to be non-stretchy this way, non-stretchy this way, but my bias, which is cut between them, is going to be very stretchy. If I cut, say, a quarter square triangle, then I've got no bias on the outside, but I've got bias this way and bias this way. So a lot of stretch can happen in half square and quarter square triangles. One of the things you want to make sure that you do is ensure that on your half square triangle, this edge is never on the outside of your block or on the outside of your quilt, because that means it's going to stretch and be more difficult to put together. If you're using quarter square triangles, this is the only edge you want to have on the outside of your block or the outside of your quilt. These will stretch. When you work with these bias edges, you're going to want to make sure that you pin things in place so that you don't experience that stretch as you sew. You're also going to want to ensure that you starched or treated your fabric before you cut. There's a product called Best Press 2. If you're doing a quilt with, say, diamonds or a lot of really weird angles, using Best Press 2 will stiffen that right up and really prevent a lot of stretching and make it a lot easier for you to put that quilt together. Regular Best Press is fine if all you're doing is half square triangles, or Flatter is another product that you can get. A lot of you use regular starch made with vodka, which is, more power to you, do what you like. But use something to stabilize that fabric so that you don't stretch out those bias edges. Your quilts will thank you for it. They'll lay flatter and be much more square. See you next time.